Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the latest episode of BEL season 1, episode number 10 called Where To. So this is the season finale guys, and in this episode we start off with Aunt Viv's big night, and they have her paintings everywhere, and people have come out to show love because she has taken the fellowship. Viv is looking beautiful as ever, and Uncle Phil is there to support her, right? Even when the Reverend comes through and he asks Uncle Phil what's next now that he's not running for DA, Phil says he doesn't know right now because he's just focusing on his family. Lisa is also at the event, and Will tries to talk to her, but Lisa tells him that she's here for Aunt Viv, not him. So we see that she's still upset that Will lied to her face and they had sex afterwards. So Will tries to explain that he didn't really have a choice because if he told her the truth and it got out, his uncle could have gotten a lot of trouble, and he still can. So Lisa was like, you just don't get it, and she walks away. So Jazz tells Will that whatever he needs to say to Lisa, just say it. Even if you get shut down, at least you said what you had to say. So Will goes back over to Lisa and tells her that he loves her and never felt this way about anyone before. So Lisa, she's stumped now and she's tearing up, but she tells Will that they will talk tomorrow. Next, Jazz and Hillary are all lovey-dovey in the bed at her five-star hotel, and she gets a call from Will, which she ignores. So immediately after, Will calls Jazz and he picks up, and Will was like, yo, Jazz, can you put Hillary on the phone? And Jazz was like, why would I be with Hillary? And Will said, come on, man. I saw y'all at the reception. Y'all ain't fooling me. So Jazz looks at Hillary and says, well, he knows. So here. And he gives her the phone. So Hillary takes the phone, and Will just wants her advice on what to say to Lisa because she's giving him one more chance. Next, Vivian goes to see Reed to thank him and let him know that she wants to work with him to help other artists. And Reed says, how does your husband feel about all this? And Viv tells Reed that her husband has gotten past all his objections to her working with him. And I doubt that very much, okay? I was also very annoyed that Viv found it necessary to go back to Reed because, like I said, too close for comfort with these two, okay? Next, freaking Lou shows up at the Banks mansion talking about, I heard my son ask for me. And the first thing that I was thinking was, who told you that? And my question was pretty much answered right away, guys, because Lou tells Phil that the British guy filled him in on how bad his son wanted to see him. I also gotta mention that Lou is being played by my man Marlon Wayans, guys, okay? Who would have guessed that, right? Because I know some of y'all folks was guessing that it would be Will Smith, okay? But anyway, we find out that Lou was in prison, but he's been out for 3 years now. And Phil wants to know what took him so long to find Will. And Lou tells him that no ex-con wants to look his son in the eyes. Anyway, Lou tells Phil that Jeffrey told him that his son needs him and that Phil is against it. And Phil was like, you're surprised about that? And that's when Lou tells him that he's not the same man Phil used to know and that he wouldn't be there if he was. So Phil says, I gotta talk to Vivian about it first and let you know. So then Phil talks to Viv and she's trying to figure out why Lou would just show up like that. And Phil says it's because he wants something. And Viv was like, well, did he ask for anything else other than to see Will? And Phil says no, but think about it. He could have reached out to Will 3 years ago, but he decided to reach out to him now that he's staying at the Bel Air mansion. And I was just thinking, Uncle Phil, cut the freaking crap, okay? Because you know good and daggone well why Lou showed up. You just need to stop lying to your wife. Next, Carlton goes looking through his dad's things because he saw that Lou came to the door. Plus, him, Will, and Ashley were talking about Jeffrey's leave of absence being strange, right? And then that's when Will explained to Carlton and Ashley that he asked Jeffrey to look for his father and Uncle Phil wasn't happy about it. So then they all figured that Jeffrey must have gotten fired. So now Carlton goes to his dad's office and he finds the file Jeffrey gave to Will and he opens it and reads it. Then Carlton goes into Will's room and tells him that he really needs to tell him something. So he lets Will know that his father came by while he was away. Carlton let Will know that his father doesn't even know that he knows, and he lied to him about why they couldn't go to their little track thing. So Will is baffled at this point, and Carlton pulls out the file and tells Will that his father is here and mine isn't giving straight answers. So this folder will tell you all you need to know. It has all the answers. So Will takes the folder and he sees that his dad was in prison. Next, Will confronts Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil about the situation. He lets it be known that he knows his father was there and he read the file. And that's when Aunt Viv finds out that this is why Jeffrey left. Anyway, Will is upset because he feels like they all lied to him and made him believe that his father left him by choice, but that wasn't the case because he went to prison. On top of that, Uncle Phil was his lawyer, which I was trying to figure out what significance that had. Like, did he not fight hard for him or something and just kind of threw away the case and made him go to prison? I don't know, but whatever. All right, so Uncle Phil tells him that they wanted to keep Lou away from him because he's a volatile and unpredictable man. But after all this, Aunt Viv asks Will if he still wants to meet his father. So Will goes outside to call his mother to let her know that his father is there. He also explained to his mother that it was his fault that his father came. So then he asks his mom, why didn't she tell him that Lou was in prison? And she says that it was because they thought they were doing what was right at the time because he was only 4 years old. Then she tells Will that she's sorry that he had to find out this way. So then Will goes back inside and he tells his aunt and uncle that he wants to talk to his father. Next, Hillary convinces Ivy to buy out Kylo's influencer house. This way, Hillary would be good on her contract and won't owe Kylo any money. This will all be in exchange for Hillary joining Ivy's team and them working together to create some black girl magic, okay? Next, we get back to the mansion and Lou's back at the house, and Viv tells him that he better act like he's father of the year when he sees Will, or else she's gonna kick Lou out herself. Then Will comes down, mean mugging and stuff, and he asks Phil and Aunt Viv if they could excuse them. So they leave and Lou and Will have their little talk, and it was a pretty emotional scene, and Lou tells Will that when he was a kid his father was locked up too, and each time he went to visit him it got worse for them both. So when Lou got locked up he made the choice he made because he didn't want Will to go through that as well, because he deserved better. And I gotta say, guys, seeing Marlon doing his thing in this emotional scene was everything for me, okay? I know he's done it before, but it always feels like the first time for me when I see him in emotional scenes. Anyway, while all this is going on, Will stands up Lisa because obviously he was distracted by the meeting with his father, which at this point is going pretty well, okay? They're taking a trip down memory lane about a Sixers game and they share a few laughs, okay? But it goes way left when Lou brings up Will's mom and blames her for him hustling and breaking the law. Lou tells Will that she pushed him to do it because Phil got rich or whatever. So that means that Vi was like pushing him to do better and make more money or whatever. Anyway, Lou and Will get into a heated argument and Lou tries to grab Will by his neck and Uncle Phil has to come break it up. So Will tells Lou that he don't ever want to see him again and he needs to find a ditch somewhere and lay in it. And it was just really emotional, guys. It made me want to cry. But anyway, Will goes upstairs to pack his things and I really got to give it to Carlton in this episode because he was really trying to be there for Will. He even hugged Will and was like, "Don't go," while at the same time he was slipping a money clip into his pocket, okay? Anyway, Will tells Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil that they abandoned him just like his father did all them years ago, and he just can't trust any of them. Then he told Carlton, Hillary, and Ashley that he loved them and left. Next, Vi calls and she finds out through Viv that it didn't go so well with the father and son meeting, and Will left the house and they're trying to find him now. So Vi breaks down and she blames herself for not telling Will the truth sooner. Next, Carlton goes to Lisa's house to ask her to help him find Will. Now, this is the moment that had me in tears, guys, because Carlton told Lisa everything that happened, and he let her know that Will never turned his back on him, and he needed that just like he needs it now, so he also needs help finding Will. And I was like, wow, Carlton really came a long way, okay? Next, Jazz meets up with Will and he tells him that the whole family is worried about him. So Will tells Jazz that they lied to him his whole life. He tells Jazz that it's like nobody wants him. And I was like, how the heck you figure all that? You know? So Jazz says, there is a house full of people in Bel Air that want you around, and all you got to do is go back there. But Will says, no, it's over. You know, like he's basically not going back. That's what he's saying. And he tells Jazz that he was the one who told him that this city would change him or make you forget who you were and all that stuff. And Jazz is like, listen, all that stuff that happened or whatever, your mom's not here, your uncle's not here, your aunt's not here. All of this right now in this very moment, it's all you. And what is the choice that you're going to make? He kind of tells Will that, you know, the person that he is in his heart. As long as you stay true to yourself, nothing's going to change you. You know, nobody could change you. Wherever you go, it's not going to change you, you know, but at the end of the day, what's going to be your choice right now? And that is how the episode ended. That was the season finale, guys. Very emotional, guys. And very, very good. I think that this was an awesome series, and I am excited for the next season. Okay, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.